Appreciate y'all being here. We played a really good football team tonight. I mean, we played a football team who has been on a roll since last year when we played them over in Beaumont. They didn't lose a regular season game since then, except for Texas A&M last week. Only other game they lost was Northern Iowa. So we played a team that had a lot of confidence, and you saw the ability those guys had. Their quarterback does an amazing job with the football in his hands. We said all along he's just such a magician. And then their running back had a heck of a game also. Same thing. Those are the two guys that really, from a standpoint of defensively executing, we had to take care of them. You saw our football team in the first half offensively play well. I think at times we played really well. I think defensively we busted way too many assignments. They force you to play assignment football. So when you do that, if that's your guy, you got to stay with your guy no matter what. You can't guess. You can't pick your eyes up. You got to make sure that you're disciplined. We didn't do that in the first half. And that's the results that we got, 24 points. And we gave up. We couldn't stop them. They picked up third down, converted third down after third down. We just couldn't get them off the field. We went in at halftime and just said, take a deep breath. We're fine. We made a slight adjustment, made sure that guys knew who they had, and we did what we were supposed to do. And then you saw the results in the second half. And even the two plays that really were big plays in the second half, that was a result of guys breaking down. But we didn't do it much in the first half. So I thought the second half defensively we played a whole lot better. I thought offensively throughout the whole game we were competitive and played well. I think I'm going to go back and look at the film. I think that our receivers really did a heck of a job tonight all the way across the board. We had some guys make some plays, man, and it was pretty cool to watch. You got, J.J. Connor and Ed McGee. I mean, the regular guys, Austin and C.J., and those guys made play. But you got J.J. Connor and Ed McGee stepping up and playing. Ed caught a huge third down play right there in the fourth quarter. When those things happen, what's happening is that you're creating depth within your football team. And you're giving guys an opportunity to show what they can do, and that's where it is. So all those things are going to come during the course of practice. They're just going to have to keep working their butts off to get on the field, because what you want to do is make it hard for them to get on the field, because they'll practice harder and work harder to give them an opportunity to do that. I think Bryce Broussard's kick right at the end was just such a welcome sight. He was, 6 for 6 on extra points and then the field goal at the end. So the consistency there is something we've been looking for, and we got it tonight. So I was happy about that. But we really got to work on our coverage teams, making sure we got the right scheme and the right personnel on those things. And if we do that, we knew they were good in the return game, but I think we let them do a lot of things. But they're good. That's a good football team that's going to win a lot of games in conference this year. So I'm really excited about that one. I think the resiliency of our football team, being down like we were, coming in at halftime, taking a deep breath and fighting back, showed what kind of locker room we have. Our leadership and our culture in the locker room has nothing to do with me or the coaching staff. It's our players. They own it. They took ownership, and then they came out in the second half and proved it. So we say it all the time, don't talk about it, be about it. And we did. So tonight we wrote chapter 3 in our book, and it was a good chapter. It was something that we were really proud of. Sometimes you got to face adversity to come out on the other end with the sun shining, and we did that tonight, and the sun came out. So it was really good to see the score ended up like it did because of how hard we fought. So with that, I'll take some questions from you guys and move on.
The key for you guys, I thought, was those first two drives in the second half where you guys get stops and you're able to do it. That's just you guys getting it done. Nothing changed there.
Yeah, I think, offensively, we did a good job in the first half. But same thing. We had some good drives in the first half. We just couldn't stop them. We didn't force them to punt enough. We came out in the second half defensively, got the ball right back, kicked off, got the ball back, went down and scored, got the ball back, went down and scored. So we gave ourselves some momentum just by completing our assignments. And I was remiss to say our crowd, our fans from the student section over to the home side, man, it was – that's awesome to look up there and see that many people out there, man, and making that much noise and stuff. It does. It impacts the play on the field. And we didn't allow those fans to get into the game as much in the first half. In the second half, we did, and we saw it. We felt it. You could feel it a whole lot more in the second half. So it was, Rob, it was the fact that the defense played well, and then we were able to convert on offense.
Maybe you already said this earlier, but it's a long way to go. But winning this conference opener, like you said, you got them at home, good team, playoff team from last year, and now you're by them. Just tell me about the importance of this win to get you going right on conference.
Yeah, it's so important. You know that. And we're at home. You can't lose. It's almost, I think it's 68% of the road teams, of the home teams win in this conference, I think is what the number was, over a 5-year period. Well, you can't afford to lose at home. You can't. You got to win at home. And then you go on the road and steal some. And that's what's got to happen next week with us when we go on the road. But it's so critical to get started, but it's such a long road ahead of us. We got 8 more conference games. This thing is by far not even close to being over with. I expect these guys to win a bunch of games on the way. The good thing is if there is a tie, then we will, because we beat them, that's an advantage for us. But I don't look past that. We're going to enjoy tonight, and then we're going to get into Northwestern tomorrow. But, yeah, it's I mean, you know the importance of that, opening up conference play with a win. That's critical.
You guys had it 4th down at their 25 in the second quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all went for it, didn't work out. Did y'all ever consider maybe kicking the field goal there?
We did. That's kind of like the wind was blowing a little bit, that it was swirling, and that's right on the fringe. So we were kind of looking at it and saying, you know what, offensively we're playing well. So for us to get to kick a field goal, try a field goal, as opposed to let's try to get the first down, let's go get the first down, you know. And so I felt like getting the first down and going and scoring a touchdown would have been a whole lot more valuable to us than 3 points. They were going to get the ball back regardless. Whether we scored a touchdown and kicked off to them, or we missed a field goal or made a field goal, or didn't make the first down, they were going to get the ball back regardless. So I wanted to get a touchdown out of that whole thing. We're not scared to go for it on 4th down. I think we led the conference last year in 4th down attempts and conversions, and I'd be surprised if we don't lead them again, because we're going to go for it on 4th down. So I just had a lot of confidence in our offense picking it up. And really, the guy was open, just got a batted ball on that one, you know? Yeah.
The other part was that last drive you guys put together. That was just eating clock. How good was it to see that?
Yeah, you know, you win and lose. Everybody, we talk about it. You big men lead this team on both sides of the line of scrimmage, and we affect the quarterback, we protect the quarterback, and then we got to dominate the line of scrimmage. And our offensive line to be able to do what they did in that last drive, because we challenged, we had the ball on the 10-yard line, and we took it all the way down to the 2. I mean, that's a heck of a deal with a minute and something left in the game. So, as a coach, that's what you love about your team, because that's not talent. When you get in the 4th quarter and you're able to do that, that's not talent, man. That's the grind. That's heart. That's the grind. That's the heart. That's the things that you did back in the spring and summer workouts at 6 a.m. and fall camp going 10, 12 hours a day. That's where that comes from, and that's what showed. I love this team. I love being around this team doing the stuff that they're doing, because when they do fall behind and they didn't blink and we kept going, that drive at the end of the game, taking over and controlling it, that's the stuff that you got to see out of good football teams. And I think we can be a good football team.
When you were talking about affect the quarterback, it seemed like Joshua Carr was in the backfield for them, especially a lot in the first half. Just
Yeah. He
made.
was, you know, and we got him off schedule. The quarter, and I said that, you know, going on through the week, the quarterback is so special. We got to force that guy to do some stuff, move around and everything else, because he is he's a good athlete and he throws a good ball. But we did affect him. I thought Josh did a good job. I thought Lance had a couple of blitzes in there that we got through. Isaac had some pressures. We got back into the backfield. So there were some opportunities for our guys to get back there, and we just got to continue to do that. Affecting and protecting the quarterback is at the top of our list. You just know how important it is each week.
Special teams, you guys get a hand on the punt.
Yeah, Lorenzo came through. The guy stepped out on him. He went up and under on him. That was awesome. Yeah, and you know, I'm just disappointed right now in our team's play. But that was a huge play for us, because we were able to score right there off of it. You know, and that again, that's another momentum swing. When they happened to us, we didn't blink. I thought they blinked a little bit right there. So that was a good thing to see when we were able to convert it into a touchdown.
Any more questions for Coach?
Thank you, guys. Thank y'all so
Thanks,
much.
Coach. Appreciate it.
Got a good group here with you today.